So, kill the spider and sneaky creeper come in. There we go, got rid of him too. So we got rid of the spider, and now we're heading to go and have a little butcher's at the village. The Millionaire Village. Now this village has taken quite a bit of investment from myself. As I say, it's butted up right against an NPC village, and that seems to have sort of limited their development somewhat. But I think as it's only an artisan village, it's gone as far as it can. I think they've got a bit of work to do on the tower, and obviously once they are more familiar with me, they'll build a few more houses for me. But they have actually built 2 houses for me, which I will show you shortly. Well, they built me a house and a bit of land that they fenced off for me. I think I'm going down here. Yeah, this guy down here, Clothar. He's the replacement for I can't remember his name. Carl. I think it was Carl Manfred that died from a spider bite because I couldn't find any brown mushrooms. We were very sad. I think we all mourn his passing, but they get on with life. Very philosophical bunch, these Normans. Just gonna have another quick drink. So this is Norman Central. They're after wool. The wool. Oh my god, these people are with wool. They're sheep. They just won't shear their own sheep. I sheared their sheep for them eventually. They've got 3 sheep and they can never produce any wool whatsoever. I know there's sheep around here somewhere. I think that they're off behind the guild hall somewhere, because I was only recently out there. Yeah, where I'm looking now. No. Come on, Furry is. Look in the right place. The sheep are that way. Over there somewhere. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. There we go. I knew I did it at some point. This is the cowshed. I'm about to show you the cowshed, and I'm about to fail at climbing up a wall. There we go. Let's try that one again. That's the little plot of land that they've given me, and that's the house that they've built for me. So they've slotted those in nicely. These are my 2 horses, Gary and Dave. I'm hoping to breed them. Can you spot the flaw in my plan? And here's the cowshed, where the Rifficules kind of burnt the roof off it. So I'm amazed they didn't burn the whole thing down, but they seem to be content just burning the roof off it. So fair enough. Fair play to them. I'm not going to rebuild that. They've actually burnt the floor out as well, but we don't talk about that. I had to dig a hole in the side of the well because 2 of the testificates got stuck. This is where the Rifficule thing was. It's still there. I've just grassed over it. And this is the area that was completely obliterated by it. There were houses in this area. I've tidied it up, but they were just wiped out. This thing appeared in the middle of their midst, and destruction there followed. Here's one of the testificates. I think he was the one that was living in the house that was not there. He was living in the house that was here, over there, on this bit here, because as I was taking his house apart, he kept staring at me like he was a little bit disgruntled that somebody was taking his house apart around him, even though there was very little of it left. So that's my house again. I don't understand why the guy's on the roof. He's thirsty. He keeps telling me he's thirsty, and I've given him cider, but he just stands on his roof. I just do not understand. Apparently I'm hungry, so always a good idea to eat when you're hungry. At this point I've noticed that the wood around my horses appears to have disappeared a bit. Here. I'm sure I built that fence better than that. And then pondering. Reality dawns. It's the lava, isn't it? But I've got a bit of fence on me, so we'll just tidy this up a bit. We won't fill the gap completely because horses can't get out of a single gap. Although I have read that they can glitch through a single gap, which just doesn't fill me with confidence. I don't want Dave or Gary going wandering off. If I'm going to breed horses, how am I going to achieve that? This is where I was stashing stuff just briefly. Apologies for the dirt. I had a nightmare getting the horses in there. I had Dave first, and then Gary came along second. And every time I tried to put the other one in, the other one got out and frustrating, but they're both in here now, and they're not coming out until I need a horse. I might do some upscaling breeding on them, because one's clearly darker than the other, which means I get a higher breeding. I've read the instructions. Instructions on horse breeding. But I've read them, so clearly now I'm an expert. I am the horse whisperer and breeder, apparently. So we go up, have a look at the sheep farm. These are the bald sheep. These are the sheep that I sheared. Sorry about these lumps. That's just to get some grass into the chicken pen, because it looks ugly as just soil. But my bald sheep, well, the village's bald sheep, that produce no wool ever. At this point I was contemplating killing them. Maybe they'll respawn with wool. I have bred them. Twice I've bred them. You get little baby sheep, but the little baby sheep eventually just vanish. So you don't get hairy sheep anymore. So I'm thinking at some point we'll just sneak in there and butcher their sheep. They might not talk to me for a while, but I'm sure they'll get over it. So now, I can't remember why I went back in here. Apparently I'm going to talk to her. Why am I talking to you? I'm buying bread. And now I think I'm going to go and get rid of my money. I think I'm going to go and stash my money with the big burly guy in the hole in the ground. Right. Yes, definitely going to stash my money with the big burly guy in the hole in the ground. Hello, burly guy. Deposit loads of money and then change my mind. Changing mind. There we go. Because I've decided I want to hire a couple of hunters. I want to go and deal with the refugees, and I want help with it, because I don't want to get completely, totally mauled, because these guys don't pull their punches. The refugees just make a mess of me every time I deal with them. Don't know why. I just can't seem to. Look at these cowards all packing into the cafeteria. They're going to get fat if they just hang around in the cafeteria. I mean, plate armor doesn't look good on a fat person. It's got to be said. Hello, hello. 2 hunters in my face, quite literally. There's one. And at this point, I may have had a little panic because I only saw one. Oh, there they are, both of them. And I want them to be bowmen. I shall use my bow. I shall use my bow. They are perfectly spoken Templar Knights. It's like, I shall use my bow. Not, I'll use my bow. It's just that they just fit that extra word in there to get perfect diction. And yes, now I'm thinking we'll switch to nighttime, and I talked to the wrong guy, so we have to go and talk to the right guy. The guy with the muzzy can just get us to nighttime. So now me and my boys, we're going to go and cause a bit of a ruckus. I mean, I've been totally avoiding the guild hall while I've spent my 56 days. Hello, that says day 0, doesn't it? Why does that say day 0? I didn't notice that while I was recording. It's amazing what you see in hindsight.